All right. We should be live. Welcome back, people. We are live once more for One Piece Greatness. Gonna send out the link. We're gonna do this lickety split. I have some stuff to get to after the stream. So we are going to try and blaze through much as possible. How you guys doing today? Hope everyone's nice and well. No one's gotten sick since yesterday. Hopefully, I'm feeling better. Not as congested, but I'm sure that's not what anyone really cares about right now. You guys care about the real meat and potatoes that is the chapter content. I have not gotten spoiled on anything, so I'm excited. Yeah, I rushed back to get here once I heard TCB Scans was out. Need some water. All right. Now we're ready. Now we are ready. So we're back once again with One Piece chapter 1077. You shouldn't put it to get. You should have put it together sooner. All right, from that title alone, looks like we're definitely going to get at least the trader reveal or whoever it is, the ops. Finally, I do think that has been one of the things that I know Oda likes to drag out in his stories. I'm like, don't really care. Anyway, so let's get into it. I hope it's a good chapter. We left off on a really good part last time, so I doubt we're going to get any shanks, though, in this chapter. I really doubt it, but we'll wait and see. So Cover's story is back. We have Judge and Caesar. Cool. We have them obviously injured each other and thinking about Vegapunk. And you have Niji and Reiju in the background. We have German 66, Cold Blooded Voyage 32. Wait a sec. It's all Vegapunk's fault. Yeah, is that their conclusion that they came to? That it's this guy's fault for why we're fighting, or what? Why were they fighting? Like, who's the best? It was already proven that he is. Yeah. All right. So we have first page Fabio Stratum, Egghead. So we have obviously Sentomaru injured. You guys have to get off this island. Is that? I guess that's where he's saying. So we have a Fabio gate area. What are you talking about, Sentomaru-san? Tell us what's going on here. Why did you deploy the pacifista? So the citizens of this island or researchers. By the way, is my mic okay? Just want to make sure. I think it's okay. Just want to make sure I'm not reverberating too hard. There was once an island called O'Hara. One day, out of nowhere, it was wiped off. Okay, so he's referring to the Buster Call incident. So he's referring back there to Buster Call, obviously. That means the 100 chips here is like a Buster Call, obviously, but way worse. So it is confirmed that, yes, this is going to be a Buster Call scenario. All right. All because the people there oppose the world government. Santamaru's not a bad person. Obviously, now that he's working with the Straw Hats, he's being more characterized. Oh, a little O'Hara flashback panel. Let's see. They did. Oda did this for the Reverie. Like, oh, here's a refresher if you haven't read the story up until now and you just got into the story. A refresher on the O'Hara incident. So we have Aokiji younger when he was a vice admiral. Nico Robin's mom, Nico Olivia, Dr. Clover, Nico Robin as a kid, Saul, but obviously updated art style. The island of O'Hara was the host to the largest library in the known world. I mean, yeah, and you guys just burned it down, burnt to the ground. Scholars had gathered there to conduct research on the poneglyphs, despite the topic being forbid and taboo. The Navy was eventually set up into eliminating everyone on that island, including the villagers. Nico Robin was the sole survivor of that massacre, and there's her bounty poster of 79 million for like a 9-year-old, which is like, crazy. Although Big Mom had, I think, a higher bounty even when she was like younger. But she had the muscle to back it up and power. And Sentomar goes on now, out from that little panel. The fact that they're targeting Grandpa Punk means how serious that they are at erasing him. So, okay, this island's going to get Buster called, which is like, you would really want to Buster Call this scenario. They're willing to lose the world's greatest mind. Yeah, I guess. Never mind. Now that he said it like that, it's like we've seen in the past that the world government acts on impulse, though they are willing to take a loss, a massive loss of knowledge, people, resources, if it means that their authority stays in charge. They would rather sacrifice like pivotal energy and resources if it meant that their authority does not get questioned, which is kind of like people are going to question you anyway. So it's like maybe you should keep some of that around regardless. That's why I think whatever's going to be coming will be more monumental, and this place will be ground zero. So he's assumed that could either be foreshadowing for the 100 ships that are coming, or because again, the whole caribou theory, because caribou's always in a place where he finds out about the ancient weapons. He obviously was in Fishman Island, Shirahoshi, Poseidon. He was in Wano country where he found out about Pluton, the battleship. And now, if he's going to be here, which he should still be on the island, he's going to find out about Uranus, which might correlate back to the thing that took out Sabo and Lelouchia Kingdom. And then we're going to find out as an audience more on what it is. And then Sons of Mars, nothing to do himself. Hurry up, Straw Hat. What's going on up there, I wonder? All right, so then we have Control Room, 4th floor, Building A. Huh? What's with these guys? So Luffy's still in Gear 4, and he's huffing and puffing. So, okay. Again, we're getting more feats for the Seraphims. Ooh, sorry. I'm a little hungry, so I have the hiccups right now. I am definitely being more and more impressed by the Seraphims, that they actually are, you know, a little bit more adorable than I thought. But we also figured that these guys wouldn't be down after getting shot by them, even though it's kind of crazy. So we have Kong Orgon. So that's that came back. That hasn't been used since like Cracker. And then in Wano country, he had a Gatling version. So it's like, okay, so there is a difference between Gatling and Orgon. That's cool. That's cool. I'm all for that. Hey, welcome to the stream, everyone. Glad everyone's here, or you know, some people are here to come hang out on a nice Thursday afternoon. All right. So let's see. So we have Rob Lucci, handgun Yellow Lotus. Oh, he's doing his new handgun technique with the Yellow Lotus technique that he used against Luffy back in. Okay, all right, that's cool. That's cool. Just checking my messages. All right, so Yellow Lotus. They're okay. So they're still fighting. They are still fighting the Kuma Pacifista. Okay, interesting. And then next page, we have Kaku doing some whirly twirls with his legs against the Mihawk one. Mihawk jumps over his legs. Tempest kick, onslaught. I think we saw. Did we see this? Is that new? I feel like that's new. So he's like kind of like spinning around, causing like, you know, a little hurricane effect with his Tempest legs. And then Zoro one sword style. Yay. Lethal Lion Song. Oh, is that a new version of his Lion Song? I think it is. And it's with Wado, not Enma or Nidai. No. It's just Wado Ichimonji. Okay, so a new version. But, oh, hold up. My connection is apparently unstable. Okay, we're good. That was weird. Chat, if you notice anything glitching or lag, you know, just type in the chat down below. I think we should be fine. We don't have bad weather right now. I don't know. I guess where I am, it might not be as stable, but right now it's good. So if anything happens, you know, we'll move on from there. Anyway, so yeah, the Kuma Pacifista, it's injured, but you know, seems non-complex. And actually, now I look at it, they're wiping their chest off, indicating that okay, they're taking this in stride. Which I'm like, okay, more and more I'm being impressed by the Seraphims. I am more and more, because at first I was like, Cap, like, you know, I feel like they're not there yet, and they're still not like how Lilith said, like, oh, they are the greatest warrior inventions that the world has ever seen. It's like, yeah, let's give it a little bit more time. I still agree with that. It's just All right, we're being nudged. We're being nudged further. I like this. Okay, so Luffy, what the heck? They're getting up so easily. Lunarians, man. Do they think they're Kaido or something? Oh, here we go. Oh my God, Mihawk Servant can beat Kaido. Oh, no, that's not what he's saying. It's just like a parallel to like how Kaido constantly gets up. Cut it out already. And then Zoro replies, now that you mention it, they actually remind me of King, the guy I fought in Wano. So again, going back to the whole durability monster things, they kind of remind me of those two characters. Exactly. I'm not saying they're on their level or they're exactly them. It's just a feeling that they're like, oh man, we fight these enemies that keep getting back up. Oh man, this reminds me of Kaido and King. A Lunarian on Kaido's crew? Question mark. Oh, yeah, I guess Vegapunk did Vegapunk wait, no, didn't they have Kaido took King from the laboratory of Vegapunk or some laboratory. You would think like, oh yeah, what happened to that Lunarian kid? Oh, he's probably King on their crew. And Zoro, I never caught what his people were called after all. I thought he did. I have to go back and check. I thought he was in the room with Queen and Sanji. Yeah, no, he should have been. He should have been. Nah, whatever. So then we have Shaka go on to say, I see that must have been Albert, the test subject who was long escape. Okay, so I was about to say, like, you should have known that. So yeah, he does actually remember the test subject. The test subject long ago who escaped Punk Hazard with Kaido. So they were on Punk Hazard. Okay. Long ago, before Caesar. The Seraphims owe their toughness to his Lunarian bloodline. So they have used Albert. No kidding. Then Zoro. In that case, pay attention to the flames on. There we go. The flames on their back. Our attacks will be ineffective when our attacks. Oh, I'm sorry, I read that wrong. Our attacks will be only effective when they go out. And then Luffy, really, he was particularly invincible, not immortal, invincible. Some people, I don't know why I think he was immortal when he was in his flame on. But again, here because this is another topic. We'll get to that after the stream. But the Zoro King debate and the fire thing. You know what? I'll save it for later. Okay, he's particularly invincible with his flames on, and then he goes on to say, "My bad. If I clocked it sooner, I could have saved us some more time, some stamina." So if he realized it was King earlier, they can okay, fair enough. Then Rob Lucci, no matter. With this intel, we can actually finally make progress. And then Zoro, yeah, there wasn't much about King to clue me in. He only had a couple of unique features, white hair, brown skin. Okay, never mind. So Zoro's just actually a dumbass. Fair enough. He had his dumbass moment, as we all do in life. So he's like, oh yeah, I couldn't tell this guy was like King. King had white hair, brown skin, black wings, and flames on his back. And then they say, you should put suit. Yeah, okay. Which, by the way, hey, Zoro does not see the color of people's skin. That's a check. That's a check in his mark, man. So the memes gotta like hold off. Hey, man, I can't tell that they're all like, see, he's good. He's fine. He's fine. The minority hunter doesn't exist. It's good. It's all right. We're Gucci. And then again, yeah, they're like, you idiot. You should have seen that to begin with. And then Luffy, hey, Helmet, where are you going? I think I may know where the satellite's gotten to. Oh, yeah? And then Mihawk one comes over, tries to go for this the Stella body. Zoro blocks him. Don't get in the way. We're in a bit of a rush here, okay? And then the Mihawk one struggling. Third floor of the building, so right underneath them, Nami. Ooh, nice ass shot. Nice. Thank you, Oda, for that ass shot. Let's go, Zeus. Oh, Jesus Christ. Oda's arc was like, okay, we had too much prim and proper Wano attire, even that's kind of cap. They were sexy there too, but we had too much Wano proper uniforms. Now we're here in Egghead. We can actually cut loose with just panties and just underwear. It's like, okay, cool. And anyway, so we have Nami going after the Jinbei one, so we now know where he is. We can't treat him like a kid. And then Brooke. Oh, is Brooke's head off? Okay, so Jinbei one must have punched it or something. He's a heartless killing machine. One of our friends has always been. One of our friends have already been ambushed, aka Brooke, and he's basically totaled Edison. Really, Edison's totaled. Maybe they'll fix him. He's definitely not a kid, and he's not cute either. Also, this does go into the whole thing. Like, no, they are in fact going after the Seraphims, not just the Straw Hats. So that whole theory is dead. That's right. Not that's okay. So we have Zeus, which we finally see Zeus again. That's right. Nami, don't hesitate. Close your eyes if you have to. Oh my god. Just dude, they're robots. Fuck them up. Like, yo, guys, I get it. Oh, but they're children. They might grow. And no, they're robots. Kill them. Just fling me at him and I will handle the rest. So Jinbei just stands there, the robot. And then we have the Thunderbolt Zeus tempo. Cool. Okay. So it's like one giant black line of clouds. Okay. So again, we're seeing more of Zeus. And then apparently the Jinbei one actually felt that. He felt that. Okay. Interesting. Will he be down? Probably not. I mean, that also might just go to show you that the two strongest ones might be Mihawk and Kuma's. So then Nami says, "Oh, I'm so sorry, Jinbei." And then he goes back into the ground, so his ability's still activated. Brooke says, "A splash." He's dove again. Nami-san, run. He's going to be coming from below. What? And then Zeus, oh no, it didn't work. And then yeah, okay, so he's not down and out. Jinbei comes back up from behind Nami. Pause. And then we have Brooke. Oh boy. Oh, translation time. Here we go. We have Abdia, and then Brooke then says, "Oh, if I rule." Wait. Okay, so we have a lot of what is this paneling? There's like so many little like dialogues here with Brooke. Okay, if I ruled a if I rule a country, my decrees would be simple. Decree one: anyone that threatens Nami-san will be faced with capital punishment. Decree nine: anyone who makes her scream will receive. All right, so I guess that's supposed to be like him singing Abdu. I think Abdi. I'm sorry, I'm not French. I know his techniques. I think are also French as well. This is the numbers have used might be a pun as 9 and 1 can be combined for Q, which can imply fishman slash seafood. And okay, some Japanese pun thing. All right, whatever. And then wait, oh, that's Sanji, not it's Sanji, not Brooke. I was like, Brooke, what are you doing? Okay, so Brooke was gonna come in, but that's oh, wait a minute. Oh, oh no. Oh no. Oh Christ. Don't tell me that we're doing this. Fuck, did I lose? Did I lose the bet? So, for those who don't know, me and King of Lightning, which we'll have a stream for this, we have a difference of debate if Sanji has his invisibility powers. It came out in an SBS not too long ago that Oa clarified, no, yeah, it's just speed. He doesn't have his invisibility powers. It's all gone. But then there's people still like King that are like, nah, he still got his invisibility powers, even though Queen literally said in the chapter, oh my god, no, it's speed. And yet we have this scene here where we have these lines and like maybe an outline, and now these bubbles are pointing at this empty space. Again, unless this is speed here, it really makes it like he's actually invisible. It's like, well, then Brooke notices him. You know what? Let me read. Let me read. So this is Sanji saying, if I ruled a country, my decrees would be simple. Decree number 1: anyone that threatens Nami-san will face capital punishment. Decree 9 will be anyone that makes her scream will receive ... And then next panel is okay, Sanji, a rare fillet strike. And then Sanji, regular eyebrows, nothing got changed, so he's not in his Germa mode. If you haven't read the new SBS, go check that out. basically Sanji might have like an actual German mode he goes into where his eyebrow switches, exoskeleton. It's a whole thing. Cole did a video on that. So he strikes Jinbei angrily. I can't tell if he's using Diable Jamba or not, but he says a rare fillet strikes, so he's probably using Diable Jamba. Either way, strikes Jinbei now. This Jinbei one looks like he's down and out. So again, we'll have to wait and see what's going on with Sanji. Sanji-kun, are you all right, Nami-san? I took care of this. You won't get another warning, small fry. And then, okay. Oh, wait a minute. The panel. On the next panel, his eyebrows are switched. Oh, so yeah, okay. It is confirmed. When everyone read the new SBS from the new volume that came out, go check out Library O'Hara on Twitter. He has a whole breakdown of it. People's first reaction from how is describing it seems like he has a transformation. But now it looks like nah, dead ass. He actually can go back and forth between like his normal eyebrow and his Germa eyebrow, which indicates he's using more of his Germa-like abilities, which is the exoskeleton, his not regen, it's more like reconstruction, but that ability, and then he'll be tough enough to use this form, which will be an indicator that he's going to maybe use Ifrit Jambe, all that stuff, because now we go from this panel where he's angry. It could be an art mistake, which Oda has done a lot of art mistakes. I'm not denying that, but the whole eyebrow significance has been something that Oda wants to do now with Sanji's character and ability, so it's probably not an art mistake. So it goes from here to do the 6-6, Germa insignia, which in this panel he looks a little bit more menacing. Let me actually read this. So I don't give a damn if you're a kid or if you're another Jinbei. I'll be your judge, jury, and executioner, Jin Brat. Okay, so because he says that, maybe another consequence when he goes into this form, maybe like he'll learn to master it later, but a consequence going into this form, because he's honing his more Germa side, he's going to act more cold-blooded, which was the whole cold heart exterior, no personality kind of thing. That was brought up in the last arc as well. Do you want me to be a cold, merciless killer, Luffy? That Sanji was asking to himself. So because we have the shading in that bubble, it looks like, yes, he's activating his Germa ability, not only because of the eyebrow as an indicator, but his personality is going to get more wicked. But that means, he's more of a devil, which kind of fits his motif. Yada, yada, yada. Okay, interesting. I'm fine with it. Whether or not that's invisibility or not, let's wait and see. I know I can already tell. Cole's gonna be like, I told you, it's like they said speed. Like, I don't know. We'll wait and see. We'll wait and see. So Sanji's gonna go Germa on Jinbei's clone. Let's see how that goes. And then we go to the building to the right side of the labo. The third building, building C, third floor. How dare you petrify York? Bubble gun. So let's see what this bubble gun does with Lilith. So she fires it at the S snake, and then it looks like it bounces off her. Whoa, she just brushed it off like nothing. ... Oh, she falls. Okay, so it looks like the bubble didn't do anything. It just like touched her shoulder. But then no, she passes out. So what does this bubble gun do? Is it like Kuma's thing where it smacks something out of you? And then Seraphim Boa is like, what? Ha. Green blood gives you the pros and cons of having a devil. Oh, okay. So this is now confirming they do have a weakness. Like with devil fruit users, is that what? Okay, so the bubble gun must be like what? That's like a weaponized water gun, like like 4Kids. It's like 4Kids, but for real. The green blood gives you pros and cons of having a devil fruit ability, and these bubbles are designed to harness the ocean's. Okay, whoa, that's a broken gun. Okay, you just made like if you mass produce that, that's worse than like That's worse than sea stone. Like, could you imagine like if you have like a gun that shoots a sea stone bullet coated in this bubble? Oh, whoa. Or like you're a hockey master, you get a sea stone bullet, hockey it up, bubble too. Oh, you just made like a fucking like kryptonite gun for devil fruit users. Oh, okay. This bubble gun just got way more impressive. These bubbles are designed to harness the ocean's energy. They are your weak point. I assume like he hasn't mass produced this because that's kind of the theme of Egghead. Like these are what could be the future, but they just don't have the dedication and resources to actually mass produce them. Because if that's the case, yo, Marines, yo, whoa, Marines would have been winning. Are you serious? Like, can you imagine? I mean, like, more powerful people will just start dodging, maybe like hockey, like Rio block and all that shit. But nonetheless, like a whole arsenal like this, like their tasers and everything to like subdue devil for users. Holy shit. Yeah, that's a powerful weapon there. But I hope that's the only one they have. But in the future, they might actually have these things unlocked, which is like, ooh. Anyway, so she fires the bubble gun, which let me go back, by the way. Again, Oda, the ass shots this chapter. God damn, man's horny. And then we have Pythagoras. Yeah, you're freaking awesome, Lilith. And then Usopp as well. Frankie in the corner. Yeah. So she gives the thumbs up, like, yeah, I'm awesome. So the chapter title, who's the traitor? I'll catch her while she's down. And then that kind of sounds sus. And then, she comes back up, stay back, you impotent lout. And then kicks Frankie away. Guess it wore off. That's because it only grazed her. Okay, so just by grazing her, it's like, oh, oh my energy, my life force. So we have to like what trap her in the bubble, probably. And then she's mad. Oh, she's mad now. She fires one of her lasers. And she, by the way, she looks smaller than Frankie. She looks, dude, again, these seraphim heights are all over the place. Like, if it is giant DNA and they can like change their height at will, that's cool. I just want Oda to say that because that will make way more sense why their heights are just so inconsistent. It's crazy. So she fires a laser. He like lifts up. He can actually touch the bubble. I guess it would be a weak ass bubble if you can just pop it. So he touches the bubble, lifts it up, and then oh no, this is so wrong. Oh no. People are gonna get a little too excited from this chapter. Puts her in the bubble to weaken her. You rascal. Frankie, you genius. It's not that genius. Just pick it up, yeah. And then Lilith, you use the bubble perfectly. Give up, runt. This is agonizing. Oh no. Okay, so they're gonna use the ooh factor. Oh no, I'm sorry. You idiot. Oh my god. Frankie. Oh god. Perfume femur. Okay, so Frankie is half petrified, and she has the perfume femur technique. So does she have all of Boa's techniques? So perfume fever, meadow meadow no beam. She probably has the slave arrows too. The pistol kiss. Is there another one? I think that's it. So she has most of her techniques. Okay, so that means Mihawk one probably has the world's strongest slash quote unquote technique as well. Just how Jinbei one has the Fishman Karate. Interesting. The petrification power is truly no joke. Yeah, Frankie's been turned to stone. He's gonna die. Bubble gun. So she's dodging and weaving. She does a wink and then the ooh woo ah, and then okay. So you guys, okay. So Usopp's team just got low diff. They just got absolutely low diff. Okay, you fucking idiots. And then we have underground old devil fruit research lab. Is this where he's being held? It must be. So Shaka, is it Shaka? Because the chapter title, you would think like, oh, you should have known it was me. Like, it's gotta be Shaka because Liv's petrified, York's petrified, Edison's been taken out. Um, you know, I assume Pythagoras also got petrified too. Wrath. We don't know where Wrath is. She should be. Actually, yeah. Wait a minute. Where is Lilith? I'm not Lilith. Yeah. Atlas. Where's Atlas? We haven't seen Atlas in a hot second. But it's probably Shaka. Seeing this shadow energy right now in the basement. No, it's probably Shaka. The quote unquote good theory might actually be what it is. Who's there? Are you the one behind all this? Come out of the shadow and show yourself. It can't be. You're those Cypher Pole agents. I thought you had come and gone ages ago. Okay, so what is the theory? Is it the is it the Labostratum itself? Like, again, we came up with this on like Cole's last chapter reaction. Is it like an actual Skynet situation? Has the stratum become alive? Because all the other ones are taken out. Unless there's a new person, please save us. I don't want to die here. Shaka, the chapter's over? What? How? I saw like the ending. Like, how is it already over? Shaka. Oh, Stella. So this is where you were. Who could have done this? I'm so glad you came and helped me. Say, Shaka, who's that you brought with you? What? Okay, so someone's behind Shaka. Someone should have gone with Shaka. Like, yo. So Shaka gets shot in the head. Shaka got shot. Yeah, okay. And blood. So actual blood's coming out of Shaka. So he's not robot. Okay. Someone shot Shaka. Shaka. He's got shot by who? Katu. I don't know what that is. Katu, like Electric Boogaloo. What's happening here? Oh my god, we gotta wait another week for this to be revealed. Can we please wrap this up, please? Snuffing out hope with a single shot. Yeah, is Shaka dead? I don't know. I'm gonna say probably not. Knowing Oda, he's fine. He's fine. Shot in the head. Who cares? Okay, so Shaka got snuffed out, quote unquote. Some person is hiding in the shadows. Also, I want to check out the Viz, see if they can like maybe make things clearer. Are they invisible? Is it Shiryu? Someone's using a gun. Like, would Shiryu use a gun? Nah, it's probably who is it? Like this, like, okay. The reveal better be worth it. If it's a new character, like it's not really that worth it. Like you're really like blue balling us, Oda, that we should know this character, and once it gets revealed, we're gonna lose our mind. It better not be like a new character, like yes, I am the eighth Vegapunk. It was me all along. Oh my god, how could we never see this? It's like ah. I don't know. I don't know. I just want this plot point to be over. I want it to be revealed. Like, because Oda does this plot point so often. I'm kind of sick of it already in One Piece. I'm like, oh, who is the traitor plot point? I don't really care. I don't really care anymore. He's kind of done it so often, so sloppily. I'm like, yeah. Like, yeah, it's like, it is thrilling to know, like, oh, there's this mysterious person out here each chapter. Who could it be? But it's like, overall, it's like, okay, can we just reveal it, please? Please? Okay, so let's look over the chapter. So obviously we had Sentomaru talking to the civilians that they need to leave because they're going to probably suffer the same fate like the Oharians just because they work with Dr. Vegapunk. And just how the Oharians, even though those that didn't research everything, they suffer the same fate just like the researchers on that island did all those years ago. But he's implying that whatever is going to happen here, it's going to be way, way worse than Ohara, which could imply either the 100 ships, obviously, because that's way worse than like 5 battleships or 10 battleships. Or again, the Caribou theory, it could be Uranus is coming and it's going to lay waste to the entire island. It could be. It could be. Next big point is that yes, the Seraphims did not get one shot, but if anything, this shows just how durable they really are, and that is going into the whole King situation where they are, Lunarians, and Zoro. Obviously Luffy also jokingly remembers Kaido, but like, let's not go too far with that. The King situation, and he's realizing now in this moment, oh, they are Lunarians, or at least clones, which they give him slack. Like, how could you not realize that before? Anyway, he says to them the whole fire on their back thing, where you have to watch out. If that fire goes out, then we can harm them. Which brings us back to the whole Zoro versus King debate. There are, or there was, I don't know if there still will be, there were so many people that had this agenda that Zoro, like once he got the King of Hell state, could, even in the invincible mode, could hurt King. And that's not the case. Like I've argued this on Cole's channel. I've argued this in multiple cases. We see that over time, as the fire went out, and then he got his King of Hell mode, he started to land damages on him. And then it's implied that even when he was in his quote unquote invincible mode, he was getting more tired because of previous injuries, so that the form was not as durable as it once was. And thus, over time, then he could harm it. People have this weird assumption that, oh, like King, like in his invincible mode, is just perfectly fine. Even when he got caught previously by Zoro when he let down his guard, it's like 100%. But Zoro can now in King of Hell mode muscle through. However, it's clear from this dialogue here that Zoro is bringing this up because no, the thing still implies Zoro cannot just muscle through the Imperial Invincible mode. It's like, no, you have to wait until it's down. Eventually, Zoro will be able to like use Conqueror's Haki so strong on his swords that he will be able to just beat someone like a Lunarian, maybe in their invincible mode, for sure. But right now, that's not the case. Also, it's not immortality people like to like throw around. It's just like they are just really endurable, so it's called quote invincible. Um, and then this also confirms that yes, the Dr. Vegapunks remember Albert from his escape with Kaido on Punk Hazard, which again reiterates that yes, they were on Punk Hazard together all those years ago. So that's cool. A little character note there. Um, so that's the whole Lunarian situation with these guys. Again, it's more impressive for the Seraphims. Again, I'm one of those that don't want to overhype them. Like some people like weirdly think that they could be admirals right now. That's not the case. I don't see it. However, the argument for them to be first division commanders right now, it actually looks like it could be an argument. Previously I thought they could be like what, maybe third, maybe. Then I thought, okay, after the recent chapters, maybe there's an argument for second. I was not one of those people like, oh yeah, first for sure. I'm like, nah. Even now, I'm still like, could they be first division commanders? Maybe. At least these two. These two for sure. The Jinbei one, we need to see what happens with Sanji, obviously, which we'll get to in a second. The Boa one, I'm not too sure. I'm not too sure. But Mihawk and the Kuma one for sure have an arguable chance of being first division commanders. Which, by the way, we have the Kong Orgun coming back from Cracker's fight. That's cool, number one. Number two, we have the new Yellow Lotus technique with the handgun form from Rob Lucci. That's neat. We have, I think, Kaku doing a new technique, the Onslaught of his Tempest Kick. And we have, I think, also a new version of Zoro's Lion Song called the Lethal. Someone can correct me in the chat down below if that is correct. I'm not too sure. It could be a translation thing here. It could just be his regular lion song, but just increased more. Either way, yes, it's cool to see them using new techniques. It's also interesting that the pacifisters are like, just walking the shit off. And we're diving more into that Lunarian thing. And yeah, that's really cool. Shaka leaves, knowing that he might have an idea what's going on here and where Stella is. So what makes him think that he knows where they are? Like randomly, he just walks away and says, I know where the Stella body might be, which again, I'm not really sure what's going on here. Pythagoras, we don't know what happened to him either. He probably walked away. He's probably not petrified. So right now, like, it looks like Shaka and Pythagoras are the only ones that know who potentially this might be. Again, the trailer plot point, I'm already ready for it to be over. I don't really care. Next thing is that Nami, again, nice ass shot. She is fighting Jinbei. She's doing the typical, I don't want her kid character thing now that has, I think, resurfaced after a very long time. Like in Wano, it came back up after a long time. And now, like, obviously in Egghead, we're seeing it again. And apparently he took out Edison, or Edison's on the brink of being scrap metal. They show off Zeus again. It's been a while, so they have a new technique, the Thunderbolt technique, enhanced by Zeus, the Zeus Kempo. That's cool. It actually does a considerable amount of damage to Jinbei. So again, we're showing off Nami's incredible power, even with Zeus. Nerfed to an extent because Big Mom took some of his soul away. But that isn't enough to take out Jinbei Seraphim. Brook's about to get up and about to do something for Nami, but then gets interrupted by Sanji coming in with his simp energy, as per usual. He does the rare fillet strike, and it goes off on his tirade about Nami Swan, like all that's okay. And that looks like it did some damage. But now the main thing is for Sanji here, we have his eyebrow switching over, which in the recent SBS, which I think is like SBS like 105, I think it is. Don't quote me. Go to Twitter, Library Hara. He has all that. It was in the interview that is, officially making a declaration that he's going to be doing stuff with Sanji's Germa abilities. Particularly, you will note with his eyebrow. In this scene, he does the rare fillet. It's right here as per normal. But then as he's getting very serious or murderous intent like the other siblings, his eyebrow now starts to switch over here, and he's going to continue fighting Jinbei. So it looks like we do have an actual indicator, two at least, his eyebrow and his personality, that he actually is switching over to a form of sorts to use his other abilities. So now he's going to be using his exoskeleton, his malleability, where his bones can get snapped back in place. He'll be able to use the Efreet thing. So that's kind of cool. We're actually seeing from the SBS into this chapter that correlate. Now, the whole invisibility thing, I don't think it's invisibility. Like, if I look at this panel, like, again, I just think it could just be speed. I'm going to be real with you. I think it could just simply be speed. Because we literally have another SBS where Oda comes out and says it's not speed. It's not invisibility. He lost it. He can't do it anymore. Sad, tragic, aw. And then in the chapter where he fights Queen, he's like, oh, is he invisible again? No, it's sheer speed, which we've seen Sanji time and time again, like a mock flash. He can just literally like run so fast, people just can't see him. That's why I think this is. But I know people like Cole will say, oh no, you see those lines right there and why like there's nothing in that space? It's invisibility. It's like I don't know what they need more. Like you like maybe it's like this weird like speed Toriko like void mode that he can go into. Like he runs so fast, he's bending space around him that he turns invisible. I don't know. Maybe, but until that's confirmed, they've already said from the author and from Queen himself, he doesn't have it anymore. But we'll wait and see. I think it's pretty clear. It's just speed. It's just speed. So, and then we go into the whole Lilith bubble situation, which speaking of bubble, again, Oda, caked up this chapter. God. So the bubble gun is broken. That's like, if they mass produce that, again, imagine a hockey master, a hockey person that can like snipe with bullets. He puts hockey on like a sea stone bullet that's coated in that bubble. You basically just made a kryptonite gun for Delphi users. Like, holy fuck, that would be deadly. But this is probably the only bubble gun they have. Thankfully, otherwise the Marines would just fucking crush so many Delphi users. I do want to know how they made this gun. Like, is it literally just like a squirt gun, but like it has seawater in it, and they can make it into a bubble? Who knows? For kids action, but for real. They use it on her on the S snake. She falls down. She's tired, just from grazing it. And the plan is to encase her in it. Frankie's getting caught off guard by S snake. She's pretty powerful. She's angry. Does the laser, puts the bubble on her. She does the ooh woo to get him to take off the bubble, and he falls for it because Frankie's a dumbass. She does the perfume humor, which also confirms that she has the perfume technique, so that's interesting. He gets half petrified, and then Lilith tries to shoot her again with the bubbles. She swiftly dodges through them, does her like thing, and then again, because they're idiots, they fall for it. Mero no beam. So it looks like Usopp's squad's getting taken out completely. Like they got just, I don't know if Frankie can handle this by himself, half petrified, or Edison. It looks like their squad's getting screwed. Nami's gonna be fine. Chopper and Atlas, I'm not too sure where they are. And then finally, we ended off the chapter with the underground area where they're being held. Dr. Vegapunk and the CP0. That's the old Delphi Research Lab. So let's see why is it a Delphi Research Lab being highlighted here? Maybe that might be important. Who's there? So Shaka finds out, and his hunch was right. Again, why did he have this hunch? I'm not too sure. He finds out that the CP agents are actually here, which he's surprised at. He finds the Stella, and then someone shoots him from behind. And yeah, So that's where we're at right now with Shaka getting shot, and then the traitor. Hopefully, next chapter will be revealed. Please, I'm done with this. I'm done with the traitor plot line. I just don't enjoy them in One Piece. I'm gonna be real, but overall, this was good. Good chapter. Sets up some stuff that was before in the story coming to fruition again. Again, getting a little bit closer to that traitor plot point, and yeah, pretty cool. Pretty cool. So I give it like an 8.5. It's not bad. It's not maybe more like an 8. This is more like an 8. It's good. It's not as good as last chapter. I'll just say that right now. Last chapter compared to this chapter, oh my god. Last chapter blew that out of the water. But yeah. So we have some time. If anyone has questions, which I already see some in the chat, do so now. And we'll have a little discussion and then we'll call it a day. We already got to One Punch Man yesterday. Go check out the video there. And, obviously like the video, leave a comment there. But before that, before anything else, why don't, at the end of here, you hit that red button, the red sub button, because you can join my Nakama in our journey to find the true One Piece, which is better YouTube quality and video content, all that stuff. Hit the thumbs up, give this a good old like there, even maybe hit that bell as well to ring out your enthusiasm for who could be the traitor, and leave a comment on what you want for the next chapter to be. Please do all that stuff. It really helps me out. Anyway, now I got that out of the way. Comments, Q&As, what we got? So Lupin, welcome back again. If you eat a devil fruit and then you're cloned, does that clone get the power? That is interesting. Well, they're saying the green blood is like what's giving them the source of their power. So I'm gonna say no. Because if you just if let's say we use the Germa cloning technology, they clone, let's say, Chopper. I think what they're cloning is the reindeer part of him, and they'll just get a reindeer makeup of what Chopper used to be and not his devil fruit. They would need the green blood added into that for him to have the capacity to have a devil fruit. That's what I think. So, no, I don't think you can clone someone straight up. Again, this kind of goes into our identical clone theory or idea last time. I don't think you can clone someone that has a devil fruit, like Luffy, for instance, and then that clone Luffy that looks like him will have his devil fruit perfectly without green blood. I think you need to make the chemical mixture of green blood, then inject it into the clone for them to run efficiently to have the capacity to learn the devil fruits. That's what I think. That's what I think. And then how does the green blood and the artificial devil fruit coexist for the paramecias? We're not really sure, but that's how I think it works so far. But Vegapunk explains that devil fruits are extracted from DNA, right? But what is the extraction method? Like, does he have to take, like in real life, when people are studying blood samples, what they do is they take a small part of the blood sample, they put it into a chemistry mixture, usually of acids and other reactors, and they'll break down that blood sample to actually read their DNA and everything in there. I don't think you can just okay, I'm gonna take their blood, and then make a clone, and then that clone now will have the devil fruit. I think they can make the clone body by taking the blood and then straight up making the body, but they'll need to research their current blood further to then transform it, at least for paramecias, into green blood and then reinsert that green blood. So it's kind of like a yes-no scenario where if you just take someone's blood, you can then clone them, but you then need to do further research to develop the green blood technology to then reinsert into that clone to have the devil fruit power. That's what I think. That's what I think. Now, I am curious because I hope we get more S variants. Like, we haven't seen the crocodile one, if there is a crocodile, or Doflamingo, or Moria. I want to see what they're like. Because obviously, crocodile, he's probably not going to have his S variant have the Suda no Mi, the Sand fruit, because obviously that's a Logan. We have in this in this arc, Vegapunk says Logans are too hard to copy. It just can't be done. So for a paramecia that will go into like him, you again need the DNA sample of a devil fruit or devil fruit user to then be broken down into and then retransferred into green blood. Then for that clone, you would insert the green blood for them to have the paramecia ability. That's how I see it. Because here's another thing. We haven't seen, and as far as I remember, there's no warlord that is a Zoan user. For Zoans, he can make straight up fruits. Straight up fruits. Paramecias, they are green blood. For Logias, he can't do that. Well, let's say like he's going to try and copy Rob Lucci. I don't think he can just copy Rob Lucci's DNA, that clone, then how it has the leopard fruit. I don't think that's how that works. Again, I think he can clone the body, but what he would need to do is take his DNA sample, make the fake artificial leopard fruit, and then that clone will have to then eat the leopard fruit, and then he gains the ability. You see what I mean? Like, it's not just a simple 1, 2, all right, we're done. It's more like, all right, 1, 2, gotta do a third thing, and then a fourth thing is the clone, then takes the devil fruit, and then that's how he gets the power. If that's what, like, if that makes sense. That's what I'm trying to say. Like, it's not a simple prick, put in the machine, all right, person and devil fruit all in one, go. I don't think that's how that works. There has to be, like, other research. Because if that's the case, you would think, like, they would, like, have a lot more mass production of, like, Hancock's thing. Or, again, like, they would go out of their way not to just have the warlords, because they had other people obviously captured from Impel Down, because we now see that they have Senior Pink, they have what's the guy's name? Mr. One, a lot of these other people that they have research samples of, you would think that they would copy Zoan users, or even just straight up, like, why, if you have Das Bones, why not copy a Das Bone lookalike? Why not do that? Obviously, yeah, you want to give the fruit more to a Mihawk one, but if you could, why not copy, if you can do that, straight up just multiple Das Bones? Why not? So, like, again, I don't think it's just a simple copy a person, make that person, and they have their devil fruit. It's a much more arduous task with multiple facets that you have to do to make a clone of someone and then give them a devil fruit power. So that's what I would say. They can create however many Lunarians as they want. That's the whole point of the clonization. I think you were saying clonization. Yeah. No, the Lunarians for sure. Like, they can just make however many Lunarians, or like have their DNA intertwined with them. But it looks like they just can't straight up make, a full-blooded Lunarian, as far as we know. Like, their DNA is probably a little bit more hard. Like, if you really think about it, like, why make a boa from scratch? What you would do, really, like, if I were to make like an actual like clone or like a weird amalgamation, I would make like a straight up new thing from scratch. Obviously, it would be Lunarian as the base, and then if I want Boa's fruit or ability, I wouldn't like make it look like Boa. It's also use Boa. I would just have like this new being, and then get her DNA sample to make it into green blood, and then give that thing the new green blood to have the perfume femur. Like, that's the one thing I don't really understand why, outside of, oh, they just look like the warlords now. I don't know why. Like, if they are that good at DNA splicing, why would they not just want to make a new being from scratch? Why do they have to look like the warlords? That might be, again, a limitation on their technology, where they can only like recreate a person to look somewhat similar physically to their DNA sample. They can't just take the DNA sample of, let's say, Jinbei, and then like this new being has Jinbei's martial arts style, but he looks nothing like Jinbei. You see what I mean? Like kind of like a Ryoma Brook situation. Ryoma is just someone entirely of their own being, but the shadow gives Ryoma the exact martial arts style of Brook back in Thriller Bark. You don't have like a new Lunarian clone or like manufactured being that just is their own person, yet they move and can fight like Jinbei, or they can wield a sword exactly like Mihawk without looking like them. You see what I mean? That's probably a limitation on their technology. That's what I would argue. Like they can't just make a straight up Lunarian, or they can't. Again, going back to the giant thing, they can't just straight up make giants. We've seen that is a limitation. Which again, I know people are saying like these guys are giants or have giant DNA. I would like that. I'm not saying that that can't happen. The problem is that there is no real indication that they're using giant DNA at all. And people are going to say, well, what about their heights? The problem with that, again, is they're all over the place. It's so inconsistent. Here, you have her being smaller than Frankie again, like being a normal sized person. So it's like, it's really hard to say. It really is. So that's what I would say on that matter when it comes to their scientific technology. The evil Vegapunk is growing strong. It is only from the sheer fact of, okay, all of the Vegapunks now are accounted for outside of like Edison. But even Edison, like, or not Edison, Pythagoras. But we had Pythagoras, like, either last chapter or the chapter before, say, oh, we miscalculated. This is ... Again, Atlas, we don't know where she is, but it's probably not her. The whole Two-Face thing, not buying it. So Atlas is, should be fine. Pythagoras should be fine. Edison is unconscious. York should be petrified unless she broke free somehow. Lilith is now petrified. And now Shaka has been excommunicado over here. So whoever this is, it's not any of the stellar bodies that we've seen so far. It could be the evil Vegapunk theory. I'm not going to deny that now. Like, there is more room to argue it. I don't think it's a dead set thing. If anything, it's this might sound weird, but it actually has more onus to be the Labo stratum is alive and doing its own thing. That has actually more argument than an evil Vegapunk. Maybe the two can intermingle. Maybe. It could be Saturn. It could just straight up be Saturn. That still is a possible theory. How and why, I have no idea. It could be. It could just be an old man with a gun. Hey, fuck you, Vegapunk. It's like, it could be. But the evil Vegapunk theory, yes, I will admit, Lupin. I said it's dumb. I didn't say it's great, but it exists. It exists for a reason. Like, we still have that scene on the monitor. It looks like Saturn. I don't know what to tell people. Like, it still is a possibility. How and why he got in, who knows? It could also tie into Caribou stuff. Yeah, so we have to wait and see. I just want this theory to be over. I want it to be revealed. Next chapter. What you think by this cover story, or like the title of this chapter, hold up. You should have put it together sooner that we would get him in this chapter, or whoever they are. But no, it's going to be like, haha, got you again. Next chapter. It's like, anyway, any more questions? Let's see. The One Piece will be Tatsumaki's panties. Yo, Lupin, you saw that yesterday, right? You read the chapter, right? You read that, right? It's true. They exist. It's like the One Piece. It's real. They actually can be grabbed. They exist in our reality. And I know so many people were like, no, Murata, he betrayed us. He gave her panties. Like, look, Tatsumaki, she's wild. I admit that. But like, really, when you think about it, you think Tatsumaki is just going to fly around and just flash everyone? No. Because even with her psychic ability, she can't always block her undercarriage area. So, like, if she was really, like, going to do that, it's like, come on. She's not gonna go out and flash people. But I know people are like, but how make it make sense? I can't make it make sense, okay? It's psychic panties, okay? That, like, we have God in that universe. I can't make that universe always make sense. She just has it. Everyone needs to just let it go. It's what is that? Stringer panties? I don't know what that is. Well, I said it was like a G-string kind of thing. I know in the chibi form, it looks like granny panties. That's what they're calling it. There actually is a person that redrew that scene, and it actually has her normal, and then you see the panties be more panty-like. I'm like, oh my god, whoo, whoo, trying to make a person really faint over here. Schlinder panties, both boy made. Yeah, that. Oh yeah, for sure. They're like alloys. Like they're like what's that? Rhodanium alloyed panties for sure, for sure, definitely. Anyway, but speaking of ass shots, yo, Nami this chapter and Lilith again, like Oda this chapter and this arc has just been pent up after Wano Country. Clearly, you would think like after all those shots of Nami, Robin, and Yamato in like Wano Country, he'd be fine. No, no, no. Egghead, he's like, damn it, I'm so I need to release my energy. Release me. It's like, okay, all right, Oda. Like, goddamn, just go look at a hentai site or something. You married a Nami cosplayer. Can she not just like cosplay for you or something? Like, whew. But with that being said, if there's any more questions, we will start to wrap it up. They don't exist until someone is there to witness them. Yeah, and King was there to witness it. King was there to witness it. Oh yeah, if anyone again wants to like confirm, did Zoro use a new lion song technique? I'm not really sure if that's new, or it's a translation thing. The lethal lion song, I feel that's new. I feel like that's a new technique. Or has Kaku ever used the onslaught technique? I feel like that's also a new technique, but I could be wrong. Not enough Robin? Hey man, I'm not the dude who created the series and then married a cosplayer off of the first lady of his story. Oda did that. So clearly there is some at-home bias that he has to make sure that Nami is always the main girl. Okay? Like Oda has his preferences. He married one. That's Oda. If, Robin was introduced maybe early on in the story and someone cosplayed as Robin, he probably would have married her instead. But that was not meant to be. It was not meant to be. That's just how it goes. But yeah. Outside of that, I think that's about it. So let me just check. I'll look. I'll do it myself. I'll be Thanos. I'll do it myself and check Zoro. Zoro Lion Song Technique. I think it's Roronora's Lion Song. No, that's just the game thing. Fine. 3 sword style, 1 sword style. I feel like it's the same thing. So the 1 sword style techniques. So we have the Itoryu Ayo Shishi Sonson, literally mean 1 sword style, blade style, resheath, lion song. Uh, So the Japanese way of pronouncing it in English in the 4Kids dub, the attack is called the sword, the single sword lion strike. Actually, that's kind of a cool name. In the Funimation dub, it was called One Sword Style Lion Strike. It was renamed later to the One Sword Draw Lion Song. Ba 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 ba. He has the Phoenix Pound Cannon, the Flying Dragon after the time skip. He has the Bird Dance sword style. He has the 360 pound cannon. He has the okay. So there's another Shishi song. So we have the 1 sword style Death Line song. Okay, that might be the Death Line song then. Maybe it's a translation thing. A stronger version of the Shishi song. Okay, interesting. And then in Viz Media, they call it the Line Strike. They call it the Death Line Song, Line Strike, Line Strike. Okay. So it might be the Death one. Okay. I just wanted to know because I was like, is that new? That feels new. But it might not be new. All right, guys. Thank you for chatting. And thank you for showing up. I always appreciate it. And those who are watching this video later, I also appreciate you taking the time, even if it's only for a minute, to check out the video, That really does a lot. YouTube appreciates that for content creators. But what they also appreciate, and I'll say it again, thank you for sticking around with me. If what you can do for me any more than just viewing this is hitting the sub button, liking the video, comment, all that YouTube jargon, it goes a long way. It shows that you genuinely care about this community that we're trying to build. I know we need more variety. I'm working on it. Trust me. Once we get this stuff rolling, we will have more variety than just streams. We will do video topics. We will do. I actually like to do what if videos for different series. We'll do dumb videos. Again, if we can reach 1,000 subscribers before like next year November, or I'm sorry, not next year November technically now, that will be amazing. That'll be really, really cool. We can do that. And then I'll do whatever you guys want to do. We'll have 1,000 subscriber video. If you guys want to chat, live stream, whatever. But until then, just stick around. We'll get there. I'm in no rush. I'm glad to just be here chatting with you guys. I appreciate everyone like Lupin coming out to chat here. It really means the world. So I hope to see you all again next stream, next week obviously is One Piece again because we're not on break. Next week, you know what? Maybe I'll do solo leveling. I think the last chapter of the epilogue, because I like solo leveling, I posted on the timeline. Maybe I'll do that, and maybe I'll do Kingdom. Actually, wait a minute. Let me check something. I think Irma should have its 3rd chapter out now. Let me double check. I use a Discord to check it. Last chapter I did was 284 to 287, 288, 289. Ooh, one more chapter. So maybe by this weekend there might be a 3rd chapter. So we might actually next week. Okay, next week's probably gonna be jam packed. Then next week we're gonna have One Piece. Welcome to Demon School. 3 chapters. Is Record of Ragnarok done yet? I hope so. Let me check. Let me ask someone. On Discord. I'll wait for the response. But hopefully that will end soon. I would love to react to Record of Ragnarok. The versus chapters are going to be monthly. So we just got to the new chapter that came out yesterday. So not until like April 8th. April 8th will be the next time we do a versus chapter. No One Punch Man next week. So, yeah, it looks like we'll be probably doing just One Piece, Welcome to Demon School, and maybe solo leveling epilogue chapter 5, 6, I think it is, which might be the last epilogue chapters to wrap everything up for solo leveling. I like it so far. That'd be kind of cool. And, yeah, when we get to Kingdom and Berserk, gotta work on that. I gotta make time for them. But yeah, so look out for next week for One Piece, Welcome to Demon School, and maybe a solo leveling stream. That will be up in the air, but we'll see. That will be for next week. And again, I hope you all can come out for that as well and give your support. So, all that being said, I hope everyone has a great day, great night, or good afternoon, wherever you might be. Stay safe. Love your family. Love yourself too. People need to take more time to appreciate themselves. Not a lot of people are doing that, and that gets to people. So make sure you take time to actually care for yourself and better yourself too. We can always do better. Like Kratos says, be better. And speaking of that, gaming streams will be coming. I promise. Unlike Cole, I will get to gaming stream. I just need to actually get a proper setup for gaming stuff. But yeah. So I hope to see you all in the next stream, which is next week, for more adventures, more laughs, more stupidity, and professional streaming. So take care. Have a nice one. Thank you all for joining in the chat.